I'm CK and welcome back to CK Updates a Strat. This is the second episode. In episode 1 I took the Strat apart. I will apologize, I looked at the video and my hands were in the way of some of the action. Just as I'm not a pro guitar tech, I am not a pro YouTuber, so I'll get better at that. Today, at a minimum, I'll get the Strat cleaned up before we move on to reinstalling parts. I might do some more, it depends on how the work goes and how long it takes for me to get it really shining clean. It's not going to be fancy cleaning. Here are the supplies I'm going to use: paper towels, some all-purpose cleaning spray, a random brand, I'm not even sure what it is, it was in the cabinet I used it, some F1 fretboard conditioner that I buy from stringjoy.com, some rubber gloves to protect my hands, and a scraper to get into some of the crevices, and of course a vacuum to pick up some of that sawdust that's been in there for 20 years. This will probably be the least exciting part of this series, but it's got to be done. So I'll start up at the headstock just because I know there are probably better cleaning solutions to use on guitars. I just don't particularly care for this one. If you do care and you have some suggestions, you can put them in the comments for other people to read so they don't go buy whatever the stuff I happen to be using, which again I don't even know where it came from, and get some real cleaning fluid that might be better on your guitar than this stuff. But again, I'm not too worried about the condition of this guitar, I just want it to sound good in the end. Let me get the back of the neck while I'm on this end. And again, since it was never played very much, there's not a lot of hand grease or sweat or grime coming from fingers on this neck or any of the rest of the guitar. So mainly the cleaning is not to get rid of use, it's to get rid of non-use. It's to get rid of all the dust and cruft that's been left over for the last 20 years of sitting. Now one interesting thing here, hold on, I have to see if one thing you'll notice here is there is a distinct color difference between what was exposed and what was under the backing plate cover. So I don't know if that's going to clean off or this is permanently discolored by exposure to UV rays and other environmental factors over the years. I suspect this is not going to go back to its original white color, but that just makes it more interesting. Spray a little on and see if anything miraculous happens. I don't see anything on the paper towel to indicate that any of this fading or aging is going to come off. It's just the finish fading. Get in on the horns here. And there's still, I'm looking, there's more sawdust in that crevice. What I should probably do is I'm going to try and take care of all that now from the back so I don't have to dive into it and then have to wipe the outside off again. And where, of course, did I put my scraper? There it is. So I'll get in here and scrape this out. There's a lot coming off. Okay, that's scraped out enough. I'm going to give it a quick hit with a vacuum cleaner. Hold your ears for a minute. And that's good. Now, next, let's hit up the sides of the beast. Now, interesting, there was some real dirt there that had to come off. And I didn't get the horns very well. Thought I did. But looking at it, I have to go back in there. And I don't really know. I don't know if you can, I don't know if this camera autofocuses all that well. But I gotta get back in here. Okay, that's that side. And let's get this side. And the bottom. Front side up again. And with the front side back up, I'm gonna go in and scrape out this sawdust first. Of course, my tool, oh, there's a big chunk. Yay! Big chunk of sawdust. Wow. The through hole for the wires to the output jack, they didn't finish off that hole very well. I have to get a tool, hold on. Needed to get a small chisel to get in here and clean off the hole that they drilled way back when. Now I've got the extra crud off there, but I have to clear the hole with this pipe cleaner. There we go. Another piece of junk out from the inside. Let's continue to scrape around and see what else we can break free from the corners and crevices. It's just nasty. And there's a finish was sprayed in here on top of a lot of the loose sawdust, so some of this is just not going to come off unless I decided to strip and refinish the inside of this, which I'm not going to do. So that's where we're at. Let me give this another zap with the vacuum cleaner. Hold your ears again. Now, again, I'm not a guitar tech, I'm not a guitar historian. But if somebody could tell me what these, make sure I'm in the frame, what these 3 holes are, that would be nice to know. I mean, obviously, pickups, electronics, output jack, bridge, but there's nothing on a Strat that goes in here that I know of. So let me know. If you know, let me know. Even though I have a good bit of work still left to do to put things back together, I'm going to condition the fretboard for 2 reasons. One, because it's been 20 years since this has been touched, so I expect that the wood is very hungry. And 2, I'll go ahead and do it before we restring anyway. Now I'm putting this F1 conditioner on, and I'm doing it a little more liberally than I normally would for a guitar that I know has been kept up, like my Epiphone 339. I don't have to worry about, I know when I last conditioned that. But this one, again, it's been at least 20 years since this wood's been touched. So I want to make sure, gosh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's being absorbed very, very quickly, particularly down at the high end of the fretboard. No dirt, so cleaning it worked well, and I'm not bringing up any new dirt with this, but I am going to put a couple of more drops down here at the top end if I could get this child guard cap off. I don't know why you need a child guard cap on fretboard conditioner, because I don't think kids are out bootlegging and huffing fretboard conditioner, but I could be very out of touch. I don't know. Maybe they need child guard caps on those things. There. Now I've got a little bit of, you can see a little bit of shine, so you know that the wood is full, the maple is full without being oversaturated. So that's good. Now that fretboard looks really nice. So that's the cleanup stage. The most boring episode that you're going to see of this process. And I think I'll stop now. I'll stop the episode now, simply for time's sake, because the next step is going to take quite a bit longer. The next step, I will be adding shielding to the pickup cavities and the electronics box. So you can look forward to that, and thanks very much for watching this. Enjoy the rest of your day.